Welcome to What They Don't Teach You in School, where we teach life. My name is Donnie Thomas, and today I'm going to give you a tip for planning, a powerful tip for planning. Now, before I get into this tip for planning, I want to revisit our previous discussions briefly because this episode is a continuation of our discussion about emotional state. And in this discussion about emotional state, we talked about how managing your emotional state was critical for you to walk in your purpose, for you to achieve your life mission. Because imagine if you're always in a positive state, then you're more likely to accomplish the mission that you've set out for yourself. However, if you're constantly in a negative state, you're less likely to accomplish the mission that you've set out for yourself. Make sense? So, our challenge is to manage our emotional state once we've identified what our purpose in life is. Once you've developed your personal mission statement, you have to maintain. You have to maintain your emotional state. Now, this is not saying that you will never experience any type of negative emotion. But what this is for is it's exercising our emotional muscles so that we learn how to navigate out of those negative states a lot quicker. It's equipping us with the tools so that we can navigate out of those negative states a lot quicker. Now, this particular tool, this particular technique helped me to navigate out of fear a lot quicker. And I'll tell you a story. Now, when I started investing in real estate, all I knew was that I needed to buy a house and rent it out. Seemed simple enough. You just buy a house and rent it out. So I looked around for weeks and weeks and weeks trying to identify that good property that I wanted to buy and rent out. But I asked myself the question after weeks and weeks of researching, why haven't I bought anything yet? Why haven't I purchased the investment? I've looked at all these homes. And it's interesting because I've coached a lot of clients around planning, and one of the key things that prevents them from moving forward is because they haven't planned the right way. So as I begin to learn and grow and to teach myself about the industry, I had my aha moment. I understood why that fear kept me from actually investing. It was because I didn't begin with the end in mind. I'll say it again. I didn't begin with the end in mind. So what does that mean? I went into the situation blindly, piddling around in the dark, hoping to find that great investment, but I did not have an understanding of what that investment looked like. I didn't have an understanding of what I wanted to get out of the investment so that I could understand what success looks like. When you have success, you'll feel it because you know that you meant to accomplish this certain thing. A lot of people don't feel success because they haven't clearly identified what success looks like. So they'll achieve something, but they won't have that feeling of success. They won't have that feeling of motivation and gratitude and progress, because progress equals success. When you are accomplishing things and when you see things changing in your life, when you go to the gym and you see that progress and you see that waist getting slimmer or that butt getting more firm, those are the things that give you that confidence to keep going. That motivation that continues to push you. That's how you get your momentum. But you won't get that momentum if you don't begin with the end in mind, if you don't have an idea of what success looks like for you. And I say for you because we keep trying to chase after someone else's idea of success. What does success look like for you? And so after I identified that that was my mistake, I said, okay, well, what does success look like for me? What am I hoping to get out of this situation? So I said, I want to make X amount of profit on my property. And after I did that, something miraculous happened. I started to look at property in a different way. I started to look at the cost of property, and I started to understand how that cost would translate into profit, because I would say, if I purchase a property at this price point, then I have to understand that I need to get rents in this price point. So if the rents in this area don't equal X, Y, and Z, given this cost, then I can't do it. That built my confidence because I had a clear idea of what success looked like. It was clear. So I could look at an investment more quickly and say, yes, this is a great house, beautiful home, but not a great investment. And it was that confidence. It was beginning with the end in mind. It was understanding what success looked like that allowed me to move forward. So what does success look like for you? I'm going to challenge you today, everyone under the sound of my voice. I'm going to challenge you to answer these two questions. But before you answer these two questions, I want you to still your mind. And I want you to think about a challenge in your life. I don't care what it is, what area of your life. It could be finance, it could be health, it could be relationships, whatever you want it to be. Think about that. Think about that challenge or think about that accomplishment you want to achieve. And ask yourself, number one, what's my desired outcome for this goal? If it's in the area of finances, how much money do you want to save by what time? If it's in the area of health, how do you want your blood work to improve over time? If it's in the area of your relationships, how do you want your relationships to improve over time based on whatever challenge you're experiencing? Think about it. Again, it doesn't matter. This applies to every challenge that you face. What's your desired outcome? Because when you understand what your desired outcome is and you understand what success looks like for you, you'll gain confidence when you see a particular situation because you'll know this is success. I said I wanted to save $50 a month. I actually saved $100 a month. Not only did I meet, but I exceeded my goal. I exceeded what success looked like for me. In your relationships, I wanted to create a stronger bond with my partner. So not only are we going on 1 date a week, we're going on 3. And we have a trip planned next week. This is success. My children are smiling more, happier days. That is success. So what does success look like for you? What's your desired outcome for that goal? Next, ask yourself, and this is the one that strikes at the core of who you are. This is where you go back to the purpose framework that we walked through in our first episode. Because it aligns and it tells you that what you're doing aligns with who you are. And the question is, what impact do you want this goal or accomplishment to have in your life and in the lives of others? Because it's not just about us. Think about it. When you give money to someone, or when we give advice to someone that helps them to navigate out of a situation that they couldn't see out of before we talk to them, it makes us feel good. It gives us that jolt. It gives us that feeling of happiness because we were able to help someone else. We were able to impact someone else's life in a positive way. So as you're thinking about your desired outcome for your goals, also think about the impact that you want that goal to have in your life and somebody else's. That's my challenge for you today. Think about that. Sit in that. Think about your situation. Think about your desired outcome. And think about the impact you want to have in your life or in the life of someone else. I hope this helps. I hope that it helps you manage your emotional state. I hope that it gives you that feeling that you want. And I hope you have a good day. Peace.